I went out there, I came back in, I was like mad nervous. I was like, yo, where the hell is Sky? Because she was sitting here in the passenger seat with me. And then she was not responding. And I looked further into the car. And she in the back seat cooling. What you got to say, Sky? That's what you got to say? Alright guys, welcome to another video. It is your boy Rish, and thank you for being part of this community. Big news in today's video. As in last videos, I mentioned that we're prepping the CIVIC to get sold. I was cleaning it up inside and out, making it all nice and whatnot, and doing our thing. I listed it a day and a half later. We got it sold, yes sir! Florida buyers don't play, man. I guess, you know, in Connecticut, people be a lot more chit chat and don't even come with the bread. And they came with the bread, they were ready to buy. And I basically sold it for what we bought it for almost. So, yeah, I'm super hyped about that. We already got the CIVIC sold. I'm also gonna be selling some parts like the Cali rods and West Coast pistons that I have. Get some extra funds. Maybe this brand new RSX Type S kit. Some plans kind of changed up. I'm rearranging some thoughts. I feel like I don't need a second boost build or motor right now. With what I got going on now with the current rebuild, OEM rebuild, with some goodies like the Porta Type S pump, dual valve spring, shit like that, like the RBC cam, that motor will be perfect enough for boost. It's well enough for boost and handles boost. So in the long run, that's gonna be the plan where I boost that motor, but I need it in this car first. And I need to be able to drive it already and have some fun and just enjoy Florida with my car. Make a lot more videos and meet people and just have a TSX meet and all that good stuff. So I am super hyped right now, especially that we got the CIVIC sold. So super hyped. Now it's time to think what's going to be the next project for us, guys. We sold this so we could get our next project for the channel. So we could get some rear-wheel drive, something that's manual, of course, and something that eventually probably drift or have just fun in and just learn and just be another car to have some awesome content. So hope you guys are as hyped as I am, because man, I've been having so much anxiety because so much has been going on. I'm just super soaked for new possibilities and maybe a new build coming soon. So this is going to be another probably new daily like I talked about. It hits, you know, the 5-speed Accord. You just need some fixing up to do. We coming in 2022 hot, bro. Peace. This Honda Accord, it's had some issues. It needs some fixing. And we're kind of going to go over that today. See what it needs, see what check engine light, what codes it's reading. Go around, show you kind of probably what needs to be, you know, changed and fixed. Because off rip, you guys could already tell that coolant splattered everywhere. And that's the main reason. So off rip already needs a new radiator, some oil leakage somewhere. We're gonna go over that soon too. What you got to say, Sky? That's what you got to say? It is a 5-speed manual. This is why I introduced it and brought it up as like another potential project, because a Honda Accord is basically like a TSX, but this is a K24A8 2006 5-speed manual. Body definitely has its flaws and interior as well and whatnot. So this is kind of like a little project and could end up turning into like a daily, have fun with it, you know, do what we do. Give you guys some like how-to videos of fixing this up and seeing what's wrong and how to go about things. Because it's kind of like the TSX, so we know our shit, right guys? We know our shit about the TSXs, or we try to at least, so let's see if we can get this thing fixed up and on the road. Well, the lighting isn't too great on this side like it is over there. I had to bump up the ISO a little bit, and this was charging. It's not charging enough, but it'll be enough to kind of show you guys some stuff. So you could tell coolant splattered everywhere, so I need to drain this out. This is the portion where it cracked at, and that's obviously no good. But let's look into some oil leakage area. So already assuming around here, it's going all around dripping. Needs a valve cover gasket, and I really want to pop this open so we could see how it looks inside there, because this car hasn't really been kept up too good. It's been ran kind of hard and not kept up with like oil changes and just maintenance in general. So there may be a little bit further issues. I don't know. We're just gonna go over it and see what may be potentially wrong. Definitely needs a new battery because look at that fire Rish sticker right there. Let's go over the interior. Definitely not the prettiest in here. I'll say that already. Like I said, it wasn't too kept up properly. You know, like somehow we're missing like the little lock. It's been a smoker's car and whatnot. You could tell. I mean, much ash marks. Sadly, it's a tan interior with like this cloth. It's dirty. Oh, yeah, the fucking headliner. That shit is shot. So, yeah, it's all just stapled up. The sky right there. All in all, not terrible. I want to jack up the car and whatnot so I could go ahead and look underneath, see what's wrong. Also, I'm going to put this engine code scanner in and see what codes pop up. I'm going to put down a list and seeing what needs to be changed or looked at possibly. Not obviously a fan of the tan interior because it just looks a little and it gets dirty and it's just not as good looking as the black interior. So, but we are working with what we got, and this is going to be some nice video footage and just learning experience. Hope you guys enjoyed this series of fixing up the '06 Honda Accord 5-speed. What are you doing? You trying to steal this car now? Huh? You trying to steal this car? I see you're prepping to get in. Go in. Hop. Sit. Look, what the dog doing? What the dog doing? Stealing the car. I'm trying to have her as my little shop dog partner now since we have a lot more room in here and accessibility. So have her chill with me, doing some things and whatnot. Right, girl? Yeah. Try to look over a couple things, get some things jotted down, then possibly jack it up. Or actually first I will do the engine code scanner thing and see what pops up. Then I'll end up jacking it up. Alright guys, so we are in the car now, and thankfully my girlfriend's mom and stepdad, they have a engine code reader. She's chilling though, she listens so well. Right, my little shop dog. You baby. Look at her. So pretty. So now, what I may have to do, since that battery is shot, I'll just take out my battery because I know it'd be working. You know, I've done the light demos and moved my seats and all things like that. So my battery works. Let me get that in there. Hopefully it fucking has some power. This battery's been through it. As you could already tell, it has some power. So it obviously needs a new battery as well. I'm just using mine for now so we could see what else is good with this. Get some power running through and get this code reader working. Damn, that smelled like straight oil. Supposedly this has 167,000 miles. What the fuck is that noise? That's the whole ECU thing. It making that noise while it's reading. Alright guys, so I went ahead and I scanned all that. I looked at the codes and whatnot, and all for the O2 sensor wise, it was saying INC, which is like inconclusive or, you know, something like that. It just can't read. There was no check engine light for the O2 sensor, but you know, they were saying that the downstream one was popping up for a code at some point or something, and I'm not getting any codes at the moment, and the check engine light is not like staying on because once I go read it, it like blinks or whatever and just turns off or something. I looked up the part numbers of their downstream O2 sensor compared to mine, and it is 2344797, and thankfully I have another one, and this one's almost practically brand new Denso. I bought it from Auto Parts. They carry like the Denso, they carry Bosch. And I bought it from there because when I was doing like some header shit, my dumb ass, jack up the car and look underneath, see what's good, what else is leaking, go ahead and replace that O2 sensor. I'm pretty sure it runs underneath the seat and whatnot that I have to access, maybe even take out the seat. We shall see. Let me get into it a little bit. Let me jack up the car and look up underneath and update you guys when sounds updatable. We made our way under here and kind of showing what the hell happened. We're under here, and as you could tell, it is quite oily. I don't know if it's fully straight oil or it's like power steering fluid too. Yeah, so it's kind of all right there on the oil pan. It looks like it's kind of coming up from a little bit from like the oil pressure switch up there, and maybe the VTEC solenoid a little bit, because this area, like, look at that axle, guys, it's like super moist. This area is completely shot. Look at that. Like, there's so much buildup that it's crazy. Like, look at that freaking tie rod. And that's making me super nervous, especially with this side over here in the tie rod area, because of how much oil and stuff is on it. But I don't know exactly what it's leaking from, or this was, you know, it got sloshed around a lot because of the movement of the axles. So you guys see that right there, the tie rod area. It is pretty moist right there. And it kind of concerns me that it's kind of, you know, due to the power steering rack potentially. Damn, I just got mad lightheaded from that. I need to go drink some water. Probably got some low iron. Whew. But yeah, drop this car down and take the fucking wheels off so we could be able to see more up in there. And then further inspect more and probably swap out the O2 sensor and kind of just keep going on from there. More updates, and we're finding some, hopefully it's not too crazy. I don't know what direction we're gonna end up going with this or what's gonna happen yet. So right now we're just giving an overlook, and maybe you guys could have some opinions what we should do with this. Me, my girls, and her mom's, you know, project kind of thing. You know, her mom, she used to be into Hondas and stuff a little, you know, a couple years ago and whatnot. She had her fun with Hondas and car scene. She's just been kind of wanting to get back into it. So what are you doing, dog? I'm gonna show you guys taking off the wheels. This side is definitely a lot harder. Just the lug nuts and everything. You guys are gonna hear this. I'm about to go shake the steering wheel back and forth, and from this side is where you hear the, like, it sounds like the tie rod, or to me, that's sounding something with steering rack wise. You can't fully tell like that, but like from the leaking, from the noise, because it's not really supposed to knock like that. Yeah, let me continue trying to take off the wheels and just further inspect to see what's good. You just have to pop off this clip that's on the carpet, then unclip it from the attaching point, just right there. I just peeled back the carpet. It goes down into there underneath the car, and you just unhook it from the hangers. So I'm about to go do that real quick. I'm gonna get back to you guys soon. Alright guys, I did a whole like overview of the car and whatnot. I was trying to take off the O2 sensor, but that thing is like seized on there. Went to Harbor Freight and got the socket for it, tried that out, and just was not budging. And I noticed there was a hole in the cat, like a little, I don't know, 2 centimeter hole. So I don't know how to weld. I'm not gonna patch it up. It needs a new exhaust system because it's rusty. The flanges are. Also, someone sent me this. I'm assuming it's a 3D printed like mini shift knob, because that's exactly just what it looks like. Euro export, Juan J. Rot. No idea who you are or why you sent me this or what's this for.
Or how you got our address.
Or how you got my address, because I only gave it to my boy Laro because he'd be sending me, you know, care packages or whatever and helping out. But yeah, I don't know what the fuck. Mad confused because I thought this was son Laro saying. Yeah, so I guess shout out to you, but hey, let me know who the fuck you are, please. Continue on with this. I'm actually gonna start the car, see how it runs a little bit, you know, if it's rough or whatnot, and I need it to warm up a little bit so I can do this compression test, because I guess you're supposed to not do it on a cold start because it can mess up your readings. Hopefully we can get it to start. Battery's done. So
from the door still.
Alright, so we were trying to jump it. I don't know if the starter's not working properly either. This shit's clicking, but I don't know, it's not getting spark or fuel. I'm a little confused still, but we checked the oil, and the oil, there's way too much oil in there, like way too much oil. So this shit is clearly choking on itself, because I'm about to go to auto parts store, go grab a filter because they already have oil. I'm gonna drain it and go from there, because there is a lot of oil. I'll show you guys when I go do it. It's like triple the amount it's supposed to be. Crazy. Let's go to the store. Alright guys, we are back from the parts store. I just bought an oil filter, whatever. I had to buy a new multimeter so I can start checking some electrical stuff, which I'm not really too good at with electrical things, but I'm trying to learn and widen my knowledge. There's only one way to do it, is actually by fucking trying shit out. So yeah, I'm gonna show you guys what I mean with how bad, bless you, how bad the oil is. This shit is runny as hell, and look how much oil is in that, bro. Yeah, I mean, that's... motor ain't looking too hot, bro. This looked exactly like the TSX motor I got f***ed on, and from experience now, if I see a motor like that, run away. If it's painted like that, run away. Because overheating issues, blown motor, cover-ups. Just from already seeing inside here of how bad it is, not how bad, but like you can see it's real dark and brown.
Carbon buildup.
So not good frequent oil changes, overheating, and no TLC. Let's do this oil change and see how this oil's looking.
That shit was over filled.
Bro, the amount of fucking oil that came out of this. Damn, son. That's wild. Yep. Look at that. Look at that. Peanut butter. That's not what you want to see. Top right here, you could see it's a mixture with the coolant, water, or whatever. Meaning, most likely, I'm assuming, overheating. And head gasket started to blow out, and it kept, you know, getting driven and more messed up. And I was talking to Barry, and before even all this, he was like, your best bet is probably pulling out that motor. Sure enough, he's probably fucking right. So yeah, that's fucking insane, bro. This shit is literally practically filled. That one's halfway filled. Like, that's fucking insane. All like a learning process for us. There's a bunch of new shit we're learning. I'm figuring out. I'm putting 2 to 2 together from experience and just other relative things. So yeah, I mean, I kind of had this issue when I almost hydro-locked my motor on my 04, and you've seen the peanut butteriness. Same scenario practically. I mean, this head gasket though. We'll inspect the oil a little bit. Let's go from there. Alright guys, so we have some pretty not so good news about this Honda Accord. I should have started with draining the oil and just checking the level and all that, and I would have known from right there that this motor is no good. Pretty bad. Way too much oil in there. If you guys could see, this is all on the bottom of the pan, and this is the same thing in there. Once it got to the end, it started sludging out. So yeah, there goes that. So this is another expensive ass project, and it's not just all on me, like money wise and whatnot, because it isn't my car technically. It's like the family's car, girlfriend's stepdad's and whatnot, and he drove it for a little bit, but then there's been issues and stuff like that, and it just kind of sat. But it got another motor put in because of some, you know, issues prior with that motor, and whoever shady mechanic they brought it to, they just popped in whatever type of motor. Clearly didn't last long, or wasn't really that healthy. So yeah, let me know what you guys think. What do you guys think we should do with this? What is worth it? Obviously putting a K24A2 in it would be sick, but this is a K24A8, and to do that I feel like there's a little bit of modification you have to do, because I was talking to Barry and he was talking about some welding supports, talking about the long blocks and yada yada. I had to go online and look at some more info and see what the possibilities are. What do you think we should do with this, guys? What is worth it? Because it seems like we need a whole new motor now. The power steering rack, I don't know, it's really hard to fucking turn and move this car. Seems like the power steering rack is maybe shot, or it could be like the power steering pump along with the other suspension components that are shot, especially on the right side. And these like the new exhaust and O2 sensor and whatnot. Weirdly, it's been having like this battery drain issue, because my battery was in it yesterday and there was power to it. Fine, I come back, you know, today and there's no power, it's completely dead. But it came back to life, you know, when we tried doing the whole jumping thing. Well, there may be like underlying electrical issues as well. I gotta do some research, see how much things will cost, yeah, what's worth it. Could always bring this to Barry. That being said, we thought maybe we had a little bit more hope on being able to fix this up sooner and just to daily it around, but now it's not looking like that. So I guess that'll be it for this video. I knew that it had some motor problems, but I didn't know the whole head gasket and basically need to pull this motor out. So let me know what you guys think, because this is definitely a project. So is it worth it? Is it not? Do you guys want to see this? Let me know. Thank you guys for tuning in. We're almost at 3.5K subscribers. Probably by the time this video is up, we already hit that mark, because we've been, especially since the boosted TSX video. Shout out to you, David Ward, man. Any ride along TSX videos, other members and stuff, the videos always do good and people are always showing love. So thank you guys so much. Stay tuned for another video, because we never take a day off.
Work around the clock, my engineer getting paid off. Rock like Ace up, like the weed and take off. So high I cannot see.